welcome to an exclusive conversation on importance of tax return filing powered by Tax to Win and ICICI Direct. Joining us today on the show is Mr. Abhishek Soni, Director, co-founder at Tax to Win, and Mr. Kamal Murarka, Head of Operations and Tax Team at Tax Filing. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us today on the show. I will start with you, Abhishek. What is income tax to begin with? Very basic question, but for the sake of all our listeners, can you start with the importance of income tax and what is it?
So, Samira, income tax is a tax which is collected by our government on whatever income that we earn from different sources. So, you must be earning income from salary, or you must be income from house property, or you might be incurring some capital gain by selling shares, land, or building anything. So, on whatever income that you earn, government collects certain portion of taxes, which is called the income tax.
Well, Form 16, this is a very commonly used term, usually at the start or the end of the financial year, especially when you're a salaried employee. What is this Form 16 all about?
Yeah, so Form 16 is basically a certificate which is being given by the company, or let's say by the employer, and this certificate contains the details of all your income and also the details of tax which has been deducted by the company. So basically it's a TDS certificate, and also this contains the salary details of the entire financial year.
Abhishek, so we talked about what income tax is. We know what a Form 16 is. So you usually pay your taxes, or usually your taxes are paid for a salaried employee pretty much on autopilot, right? Then what is income tax return, and why is that even important or relevant here?
So, Samira, income tax return is a very important step, or a very important procedure which every taxpayer has to go through. So, it is a form, income tax return is a form in which every individual or every assessee or every taxpayer, whatever name we may call them, they have to furnish all their financial particulars, like whatever income they have earned from different sources, whatever deductions they want to claim or they have claimed, and whatever taxes they have paid, or any other financial particulars that are supposed to be submitted to the income tax department. It is done through the income tax return form. So it is a very important document, because basis this document only the information is shared with the income tax department between assessee and income tax department. So you have to be very particular, while filing your income tax return. So in those terms, it's an important document.
Kamal, you'd like to elaborate on that? So once you have your Form 16 that is filled and submitted, and also, of course, done your income tax returns, what is the importance of filing it then? I mean, you've already submitted most of the information at the start of the financial year, right?
Yeah, so if we talk about the benefits of ITR filing, then I can say there are a lot of benefits of filing of ITR. Suppose someone is going to take the home loan, then ITR will be needed. So if you are going to take any kind of loan, then ITR will be needed. Also, in case you want to get the refund of the taxes paid, then also ITR filing is mandatory. If you are applying for the visa, then also ITR will be needed. If you need to prove the money that it's a white money, it's not the black money, so then also ITR is needed. So I think there are a lot of benefits of ITR filing. It will prove as a proof of income also, and if you want to carry forward the if you want to carry forward the losses under the head capital gain, then also ITR filing is must. So I can say there are a lot of benefits of ITR filing.
Abhishek, I said if everything seems to be almost updated in terms of, you don't need a home loan. You're not looking at getting a tourist visa. Your income is largely white, which is of course if you're salaried. Do you still need to file your income tax returns?
So, the biggest advantage of, filing an income tax return, that there is no disadvantage of not filing,
Right.
right? And, as Kamal very correctly mentioned about the benefits of, filing income tax return, you don't want to take a loan today, right? And you think that, okay, ठीक है, इस साल file नहीं करते हैं. But when you go and, probably down the line 1 year or 2 year, you would like to take a loan then. then the bank would ask you for your income tax return for past 2 years. That time you can't go back and file your income tax return. So even if as you mentioned, all your boxes are ticked, you don't need a loan, you don't need visa or anything, you still need to file your income tax return. And besides that, as per law, every person who is earning more than 2,50,000 is mandatorily required to file an income tax return. So any which ways, if you are not filing your income tax return after having an income of 2,50,000 per annum, you are being non-compliant. So you must file your income tax return even in that scenario also. And even if I would say that even if your income is below 250 or above 250, you must file your tax return because it's quite easy and quite convenient, and there are no negative sides of filing an income tax, and there are only positive aspects of it.
Kamal, I'm going to go the extreme end and ask you, what happens if you do not file your returns?
Well, in case you do not file your income tax return, then income tax department may levy the penalty up to rupees 5,000 on you. Also, you may receive the notices from the income tax department in future, and once you receive the notice from the income tax department, then obviously you need to hire the legal consultant, you need to submit the reply, and also income tax department may levy the penalty for non-disclosure of income also. If you are having any kind of losses, then also you need to file the ITR so that you can carry forward the losses in future years.
Right. Abhishek, what if one hasn't filed their income tax returns and are watching this show on ICICI Direct and want to go back and maybe make a correction, course correct right now, if I can use that word? How would you advise them to do it? Can you file your returns for the past few years? You start from today. How do you fix the house?
No, so currently you cannot file a belated return. Right now, if you want to file your income tax return, you can file for financial year 2021 only.
Okay.
Yeah, so earlier it used to happen that you can file your tax return for up to past 3 years, but
Right.
today this is not the case. The law requires you to be, very punctual nowadays with the,
If you
more.
haven't been compliant, will you still get penalized for the past, even if you start filing your returns today?
So there are two aspects. If you have stopped filing returns, that means you have been filing your tax return. So that's a separate case, right? If you have been filing your tax return, then it is fine. But if you have not filed your income tax return and now you cannot file your tax return for the past years, you can't do anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot do it. You can do it only in one scenario, when income tax department gives you a notice, and in response to that notice, you probably can file your tax return. But suo moto or voluntarily, you cannot file your tax return today
Right.
for the previous years, not for the financial year 2021. I will just clarify this. Yeah.
Kamal, you want to comment on this? What are the common mistakes individuals make when it comes to filing your tax returns? Or rather, not filing your tax returns. I think that's the big mistake to begin with, anyway.
Yes. So whenever you file the income tax return, always consider your Form 26AS. Form 26AS contains all kind of income details where tax has been deducted by the, it may be your company or it may be any other deductor like bank, etc. So always do consider the Form 26AS. You need to reconcile your ITR with the Form 26AS. Also, many time it happens that saving bank interest up to rupees 10,000 is tax free. So many taxpayers do not report this income in the ITR. But ऐसा नहीं करें. Always report your interest from the saving bank account or interest from the FD. You need to disclose your entire interest income in the income tax return. Also, many time it happens that we practically see that many clients have the losses from the F&O or from the stock market, so they think that since I am having the losses, so I need not to file the income tax return. But this is not like so. Even if you are having the losses, you must file the income tax return. You must disclose the transactions in the ITR so that income tax department will not issue the notice in the future. And also do remember to e-verify your ITR once you file the ITR, because unless and until you do the e-verification, your ITR will not be processed by the income tax department.
And just to add up to what Kamal has mentioned, all the points are quite valid, and most people tend to do those mistakes. And just to add up, few people also mention particulars which are not in sync with their Form 16, or which are not in sync with their information which is available on other portals. So it is very important that we match what is mentioned in my Form 16 or in other documents and what I am filling in my income tax return, because today income tax department is going to match these figures any which ways. So this is also an important thing which is we need to consider.
So consolidating is very important in terms of
Yeah.
what you actually file for. Abhishek, you might want to comment on this again. You are a tax advisory firm. Why choose tax to win?
So there are n number of benefits of using tax to win. We are currently the largest tax filing company in India, and we are the only company which is solely focused on individual income tax return filing. There is no company currently at this scale which is at its core dealing with the individual tax filing. So definitely over the period of last 5 years and after serving lakhs of clients, we have developed that expertise of giving the best services to our clients and helping them with the maximum tax savings. So this is the biggest advantage of using tax to win, where you can get the maximum tax savings. And besides this, there are two ways you can do your tax filing with tax to win. So one is a do it yourself journey, where you just come, it's completely free of cost journey. You just come, you just upload your Form 16, everything gets pre-populated. You don't need to do anything, and you just need to obviously edit the basic hygiene details which you want to, and just click file my return button, and within a time of 4 to 5 minutes your return will get filed. It's super easy, super smooth, and very user intuitive. नो कहीं दिमाग पे लोड नहीं देना है कि इस टर्म का क्या मतलब है या इसका क्या मतलब है. इट्स वेरी इजी टू यूज एंड कन्वीनियंट एंड वेरी फास्ट. So this is the do-it-yourself journey where you want to file your return on your own. Now suppose if you Samina say कि I don't know यार how to, मेरे को तो इतना भी use करना नहीं आता, मेरे को तो कोई कर दो, right? So in that case also we have our assisted filing, where you just come to website, fill in your basic detail, name, email, mobile, click hire an ECA, make a very nominal fee payment, and then we will assign a tax expert at the back end for you who will do all the job for you. So you don't need to bother at all or anything. Just keep sharing the information and sit back, relax, and your tax filing will be done. So it's quite easy. You don't need to go to any CA office. You don't need to have that, worry ki kaise hoga, kya hoga. वो सब we will take care of that. So there are no reason that you should not use practically.
Well, Abhishek, you really eased it out. This is making it sound so simple and so easy. Kamal, but comment on this, what sets you apart? Abhishek has already highlighted a few points about tax to win, but any of your features, plan details that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yes. So I think we are exclusively dealing in the direct taxation, and I can say the income tax return filing. So if you see our software, our website, then we have implemented all the checks which you need to check manually at the time of filing of ITR. Like I said that interest from the saving bank account is tax free up to rupees 10,000. So at the time of filing of income tax return, you need not to worry about this aspect. Software will take care of this tax-free exemption automatically. So all these kind of integrations have already been done in the software.
Yeah, that of course makes it a very easy process. Abhishek, very lastly, what are the benefits of filing income tax returns on time tax filing deadline 2021 India?
So current tax filing deadline is 30th September 2021. Usually, the tax filing deadline is 31st July, but due to income tax new portal and obviously new glitches are there on the new portal, it has been extended till 30th September 2021. So we would urge everyone to file their income tax return on time or before time, because there are a lot of advantages of filing your tax return on time as well. Although you can file your return post tax filing deadline also, right? But if you are filing post your deadline, you might need to pay interest, you might need to pay penalty of up to rupees 5,000 per tax return, and you might not be able to claim or carry forward certain losses also in that case. So there are a lot of disadvantages that comes with late filing of an income tax return. So it is always advisable that you file within the due date of filing your tax return, which is 30th September for the current financial year, that is 2021.
Kamal, you want to come in this one as well? Any points that you want to add to?
Yeah. I think the most interesting part, if you are having the refund, if you want to claim the refund, then as soon as you file your ITR, that soon you will get the refund in your bank account. So early file your income tax return, get early refund from the income tax department.
There you go. Abhishek and Kamal have highlighted lots of advantages for filing your income tax and filing them in time. And of course, Tax to Win has made the process extremely easy. It's a click of a button away, and they are the largest tax advisory firm in the country. Thank you very much, Abhishek and Kamal, for joining us on the show and telling our viewers the importance of filing a tax.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.